back. What's going on, psychos? I have returned. Furthermore, I want to get into a more personal matter. There's a few that already know, but for the uninformed, I shall let you know. I have autism. What is autism, you ask? Basically, it's a condition where there are challenges in the social department and a broad range of repetitive behaviors and a whole bunch of other different things. It's a spectrum disorder, which means behaviors and such can vary drastically among many different people, be it environmental or otherwise. There are a lot of strengths and weaknesses with autism. And even you can have problems and still not be autistic. Me, on the other hand, I've been diagnosed with it since I was a little kid. I kind of figured I had something wrong with me pretty early on because of my lack of communication in most situations and my obsessive need and wanting to learn about different types of clouds and wanting to be a weatherman. No joke. I still remember all like it was yesterday. I remember being in elementary school and they had these states and capitals clubs. And if you got all of them correct, you'd be on the board for an amount of time, which was awesome to me back then. Pretty sure I still remember the capitals of each state to this day, if you ask me. Since moving up to Indiana, I'd say things got worse for me because it being a new location, an experience at the time, I felt overwhelmed. Like a kid lost in a grocery store, trying to find their parents, which really did happen, by the way. But these days with technology, kids can straight up call their parents and ask where they're at. I didn't have that leisure. I struggle with communication quite a lot, even to this day. I have a hard time speaking up when I need to, whenever I need help, just like in school. I never raised my hand in class, was always nervous whenever I had to talk in front of classes for various projects. At times, when I'm talking to you, I tend to look everywhere else but at you, which is definitely something I want to work on. I did feel like I have a little bit of ADHD too, because my brain tended to wander off a lot when I had to pay attention in class, and a lot of things went in one ear and out the other. But now it's not so much a problem. Sure, there are times I may not know about a particular topic, or I may not know a reference to an anime or show, but I can at least pay attention to what you're saying and at least understand how you're coming across. The other day I was talking to my sister about how some people will use autism as an ad hominem attack on someone who was, for example, slow at getting a joke, or someone that was ignorant of a particular topic. She was like, yeah, that's fucked up. While I do agree to an extent that that is fucked up, I don't take that to heart at all. Just kind of depends on your intentions anyways. Kind of like people using the word retarded or something like that, which you can't really do anymore without someone getting offended. Honestly, like I said, it just depends on the context of how it's used. To me, these were just ad hominem attacks. Nothing more growing up. And for y'all curious of what ad hominem means, just basically calling people names and such, you know. Like how middle schoolers say. I'd say middle schoolers, yeah. In my opinion, It's one thing to use those words, but it's a whole nother story to actually bully someone that is special and can't do anything about it. Now that is fucked up. That's fucked up. But anyway, so back to this topic. Now, as I mentioned before, you may have the same problems I do, but that doesn't mean you may be autistic, so be absolutely sure you think you have autism and talk to your daughter. My daughter. Your doctor about it. Can't talk today, guys. Some of my problems personally are being interested in others, but not knowing how to approach with answers or even initiating conversations. I'll even have trouble talking first to someone and wait on them to say something, especially if I don't know them very well. I also mentioned something about references. So I have very limited interests mainly. But I guess that comes from being somewhat afraid to explore certain things at times. My main interests in video games are Pokemon and Zelda. Which comes no surprise for a lot of people that know me. When it comes to music though, boy, I'll be in that realm for a long ass time. Like, I'm not even joking. Even with that video I did some time ago about my metal tastes, I'll listen to just about anything you give me. I mean, I've got Bandcamp and Spotify. I know I've mentioned the Spotify in that video, but I do have Bandcamp as well. And if I want to listen to other stuff, I'll go to Bandcamp first. But anyway, I never got out much when I was little, so that kind of had an effect on me growing up. So exploration is more or less a challenge for me. In return, that's a lot of why I have next to no social life outside of the computer. But I would definitely like to change that. At the moment at my job, I'm silent a lot of times just because of not knowing what to say, and at best, when I'm around a group of people, I can be a bit more outgoing, but even that's still a challenge. I mean, when it comes to work-related stuff, I'm okay. Like, I can come to somebody with a job if I'm struggling with something. Like, that's fine. But I'm talking, like, outside of work related stuff. I'd say if I got to know you more, I know I'd be more comfortable around you. I also have trouble whenever there are sudden changes. Because at my last job, that's what would happen frequently. I had trouble adapting sometimes and would feel very nervous when it did happen. As a result, I ended up not showing up for work. Eventually was let go. At the moment, I'm seeing a therapist for my problems. And you should too. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If they try to tell you therapy is only for crazy people or whatever, your mental health matters. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say on this matter. This is your friendly neighborhood psycho signing out. And I may or may not make another video on this. Just depends if I have anything else I want to share or anything, but for now, this is what you got. But anyways, yeah. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe.